Video we are going to see another type of linked list called as circular linked list. Now let us see what is meant by circular linked list. As you have seen that in single linked list every node points to the next node in the sequence and last node points to the null, which indicates end of the list. But in circular linked list, like single linked list, every node point to its next node in sequence, but the last node points to the first node in the list. As shown in figure, it shows the internal representation of it shows the graphical representation of circular linked list. Here every node point to the next node in the sequence, whereas the last node instead of the next link point as null, it points to the first node of the list. This is called as circular linked list, and this is the main difference between singly linked list and circular linked list. Now, what are the advantages of linked list? Any node can be a starting point in circular linked list. We can traverse the whole list by starting from any point. We just need to stop when the first node visited again. Then why to use this circular linked list? It is used for implementation of queue. While implementing the queue using array, we need to keep the track of two pointers, that is front and rear. But using circular linked list, we need to maintain a pointer to the last inserted node, and front can always be obtained as a next of list. That we will see next PPT is how to implement queue using circular linked list. Then second advantage of using circular linked list is that it is used in applications where we need to repeatedly go around the list. For example, scheduling of job. When multiple applications are running on PC, it is a common for the operating system to put that all running applications on a list and then one by one give a slice of time, give a CPU slice of time to execute that application, and then making wait while the CPU is given to another application, so that it is very useful to use a circular linked list, so that when we reach at the end of list, it again start with the first job in the list for the execution. Then what operations we can perform on circular linked list? Like singly linked list and doubly linked list, we can perform the operations on circular linked list as insertion, deletion and display. Again, insertion we can made at three places: insert in the insert at the beginning, insert at the last and insert in between. Same as deletion take place the three deletion can perform on three places, that delete first node, delete last node and delete any specific node. Only the difference that we need to keep a track of the last node which contain the address of first node while performing insertion and deletion operation. Let us see how to do these operations. First is insertion. First we see how to insert a node in empty list. Before performing this insert operation, we need to know about the structure of the node and how to create node in linked list. So the structure of node is same as the node structure we have seen in singly linked list. See that structure of circular linked list which contain the data part. The data may be of integer, it may be of character, or it may be of any type. And the second part contains the pointer which point to the next node into the list. Then same as create node function which takes the data you want to insert into the node, then create a dynamic memory allocation and address is stored in one temporary variable, pointer variable called as temp. In that temp data part, we can insert the information that we want to insert through a key value, and its next link is null. So this is the code for creating a single node. Now how to insert node into the list, empty list. So consider this is a last, same as header, which contains the null value. Null value means there is no node in the list. Now in this position, if we have created a node and we want to insert that into the list, so the node that we are going to insert into list will be the first node into the list. Now how to insert that node? See here we are using one function called as create list function. uh, this function will return the pointer, it will return the address of the newly created list, and that will be the CLL type. Now enter the data that we want to insert, then store that into one variable, create a new node using create node function. It will return the address, and address is stored again in one pointer variable called as temp. Then check if last is equal to null. Last is same as the head which contain the address of first node. So last is equal to null. If it is null, it means that the newly created node will be the first node into the list. So last is equal to temp. Because it is a circular linked list, what we have to do, the node which the last node in the list, its next link contain the address of first node. So temp is the only one node in the list, so its next part will contain the address of same node. So here last next, this is your last node, last next is equal to last only. Okay, this is the insertion of node into the empty list. Now insert at the end. Now we have two nodes in the list, and the pointer is pointing to the last node in the list, that is 8 in figure. Okay, so last contain the address of last node in the list. Now we want to add one node called as T node into the list at the end. So to add this node in list, what we need to do, we need to connect this last next part to the T node, newly created node, and T node next part should contain the address of this first node. Now how we come to know the address of first node? Address of first node is stored in last node's next part. So what we will do first, we will take T next is equal to last next. What is last next? Last next is equal to first. So T next becomes the last next, that is first node. T next is equal to first node. And then last next is equal to T. So this will connect to the newly created node T. See here, after inserting node, the list will be like this, and last will pointing to the newly created node. See here, T next becomes, T next is nothing but the first node of the list, and last next is the newly created node. So newly created node is insert at the end, and this node becomes the last node in the list. This is the pseudocode for inserting node at the last. The first, this part shows that if the newly created node is the first node in the list, then how to add that node into the list. If it is not first node, then you have to add it at the end of list. So these three lines shows that how to insert node at the end. That is temp next, newly created node next is equal to last next, and last next is equal to newly created node, and make the newly created node as a last node. In this way we can create the list, or we can add node at the end of list. Then insert node at the beginning. So this temp is the one node that we want to insert at the beginning of list, where beginning of list is nothing but, beginning of node is nothing but 12. How to add this 52 as a first node in the list? So temp next should contain the address of this 12. Temp next should contain the address of this next. How we come to know that address of this next? Address of this node is stored into the last node. So last node, already there is a pointer to the list, last node of the list, that is pointed by last. So how we come to know that? Temp next is equal to last next. What is last next? is 12. So temp next become last next. So this will get linked here. Now this address should be stored at the last of the list. So here we need to make change that last next is equal to temp. Last next is equal to temp. So in this we can insert the node at the beginning of CLL. So here these two lines indicate how to insert node at the beginning of list. Same as delete operation on CLL. So delete first node from CLL. How to delete the node? This is the algorithm which shows the delete node from the first. Here check whether the list is empty or not by just checking the last is equal to null. If it is empty, then we can say that it is not possible to perform delete operation. If it is not empty, then what we need to do that we need to store the address of this next, the node to be deleted, next node, as a head. So how we can write that temp next that is 34 will be the head. So head is equal to temp next, and we need to make this as a first node. So we need to change the last next pointer. So last node next pointer will point to the head. Then makes temp next is equal to null, and then delete temp. So all these things are represent in step 3 and step 4, 5. Okay. Then delete last node. This operation is same as the delete specific node operation in singly linked. Sorry. This operation is same as the delete operation in singly linked list. To delete the last node, what we need to do, we need to first of all check whether the list is empty or not. If it is empty, then we cannot perform delete operation on that. If it is not empty, then we need to define two pointers called as ptr and prev, and initialize ptr is equal to last next. Last next means this is your last node and its next is first node. So ptr will point to the 12, and we have to traverse this ptr till the end of the list. And when we are moving the ptr, at that time we have to need to reserve the we need to reserve the second pointer to the previous node, that is prev next is equal to last is equal to ptr. See that step 3 and 4, 5 shows the operation how to delete the last node. So step 4 is nothing but we need to initialize two pointers ptr and prev and make ptr is equal to last next. So it will point to the first node. Then we need to reserve the two pointers where one pointer points to the next node and second pointer prev points to the previous node. So when ptr is at 12, the prev will be the previous pointer which point to the previous node, that is last one. Now step 5, once ptr points to the last node, the address held by ptr is saved into the prev. Address held by the ptr will save into the prev, that is prev next is equal to ptr next. Prev next is equal to ptr next or last next. So prev will directly point to the first node. Okay, and make the ptr next link as null. Make the ptr next link as null and delete the pointer. So in this way we can delete last node from the list. Then delete specific node from CLL. This operation is same as deleting specific node from the singly linked list. So check whether the list is empty or not. If it is not empty, then again we have to define two pointers ptr and prev and then initialize ptr with the last next. So ptr will initially point to the first node into the list and keep moving ptr until we reach at the specific node that we want to delete. Okay, at the same time we have to set the prev pointer is equal to ptr so that the prev will hold the previous node of the PTR. Then if it is reached to the last node, then display that given node is not found in the list. If it is not, then go to the next step, that is change the next link of prev. Now here in this case, in this example, if you want to delete 32, so PTR point to 32 and prev will point to the previous node of 32, that is 34. Now what we need to do, we need to change the next link of prev pointer. So prev next is equal to PTR next, that is 24. Prev next is equal to PTR next. Make the PTR next null, next link as null, and then we can delete PTR. This is the steps to delete the specific node from circular linked list. Now display the circular linked list. To display the circular linked list, we need to um, take one temporary variable, and that temporary variable store the address of first node, that is last of next, and then display the data of that temporary variable and move that temp pointer to the next node till the temp is not equal to next. Till the temp is not equal to last next means till the temp is not reaches again to the same first node. These are all the operations we can perform on the circular linked list. In next slide we will see about how to implement stack and queue using circular linked list.